It happened.
It happened again?
Well, it happened in a bigger way. I've got 4 kids.
4.
And they're all at Northwood.
Yeah.
Some in daycare. Some, yeah. Go ahead. Yeah.
So I was in the car line today.
Yeah.
And I thought I saw Jordy sprinting across from the preschool across to get in the car. Is that a thing?
Maybe.
Does he do that? Do you have to stop at the preschool, or do they let you get all your, except for Josh?
Well, Leanna a lot of times walks to the preschool, get the kids, but they might run ahead of her or something.
Oh, okay.
To like her classroom or something.
Okay. Well, maybe I thought I saw. Did you pick up your kids today?
I did not. No,
okay.
I did not.
All right. So
I almost never do.
I just must be mistaken.
Car line stressed me out, man.
It is like. It's like this snake that winds in on itself.
It is crazy. People are like motioning to you.
Yeah.
It seems hyper efficient in a good way, but it's like if you're not used to the machine, you're like, sorry.
That's why I think like if Jill's parents were to like, they're like, hey, we'll go get her. I'm like, it's not the car line from 3 years ago. It's gotten.
This is not your mother's car line.
You weren't probably going to talk about car line.
No, I wasn't. I was going to talk about. Well, Northwood has a don't talk about Santa rule deal.
At school.
At
yes.
school.
At school.
At school, yeah. Don't talk about Santa at school rule.
I can see where this is going.
Last year,
So we're going to talk about Santa.
We're going to talk about Santa.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. That's right. If your kids, for some reason, believe in Santa, we're going to tell them the truth. So turn this podcast off.
No warning.
But last year, Jaden, he's like more mild-mannered. He said something. His teacher was like, hey, kids were talking about Santa. Jaden was just like, not real, whatever. Like, they brought it up first, whatever, a little bit.
Right.
In the pre-K, they talk about Santa more. I think the rules are different, like lower school versus like daycare, where like they talk about Santa, like the teachers maybe don't encourage it, but like, oh, what's Santa bringing? Like, we'll do that kind of thing. It's like different. It's not the school.
It's such a worst question to ask a kid. What is Santa bringing? Why not just say, what are you wanting for Christmas?
There you go.
And then it's agnostic.
That's right. That's exactly right. Jordan, he was a little bit more bombastic and just like dropped the bomb. Santa's not real. Apparently him and another kid named Clayton were at opposite ends of this.
Yeah.
And so teacher like reached out, like caught Leanna, was like, hey, just so you know, like it was kind of, she was like not mad. She's like, it's kind of funny, but whatever. We asked Jordan about it. And we were like, oh, yeah, so how did it end out? He was like, I'm the only one that said Santa wasn't real. I was like, what did your teacher say? She said Santa was real. So it's kind of funny. He was on the island, out there fighting.
No, you've heard my story growing up, right? Through 5th grade.
5th grade.
That is so old.
That's like, is Emerson 6th grade?
He's 6th grade.
So it's like just shy.
It's like, what were y'all doing?
Yeah.
Mom, Dad.
A lot of people
Chris,
have
Elaine,
these
Carrie, what were you doing?
PTSD experiences. I found out, I think in 2nd grade, my Sunday school teacher said something or something like that. And my parents were like upset at it, but I was like, it blew my mind.
Yeah.
I was talking to people at our work Christmas party because it came up like, hey, do you tell your kids about Santa? Like, no theological basis.
Right.
But several people are like, oh, we don't do that because it messed me up. Or like
right,
just from a
right.
trust perspective, like
Trust?
no other basis,
Right.
but it was like a thing. I was like,
Right.
wow, yeah, it makes
Because
sense.
I wondered about Santa's relationship to God. Like, how do they relate? They must work together? You know what I'm saying? And I had I remember in 3rd grade, I had this ink pad, and without warning, right before I went to bed, I was like, all right, Santa, if you're real, leave like a hoof print or something of the reindeer. And my sisters faked it.
They did.
And it looked real.
Wow.
And I was like, this is the proof.
That was it. That's all I needed.
This is the proof. So it was crazy. I saw some presents wrapped from Santa like 2 or 3 days before Christmas. And I was like, so it's not real.
Yeah, that was the...
Yeah. And I'm like, and why?
Well, yeah.
My mom's like, well, I always kind of thought you probably did know. I'm like, y'all bent over backwards to deceive.
Man.
Yeah. And ultimately, that is what it is. It's a deception.
I should say this, Michael.
What do you gain from it, though, really?
I know. You lose credit, too.
If you have good kids
yes,
and you're not rich,
Yeah,
what are you telling them as to why they didn't get something they asked for?
Dude, yeah. Why did Santa Santa's playing favorites? I will say you are in a way deceiving our viewers because you're doing I'm gonna say you remind me of a mullet because you're business on top, but Christmas pants going on. He's got the polo on, but he's got the holiday. Yeah, there you go. So it's funny, because it's like brown polo, Christmas pants.
Well, I was wearing my dress pants. I was like, I'm going to be sitting in this position when we record several in a row, and it's just not necessarily the most comfortable position. So
podcasting's not easy.
No,
you need to dress in athletic gear for podcasting because it's that demanding.
That's right. Yeah.
But Chris, we're gonna do a Christmas episode about a hymn.
Oh, one of my favorite Christmas hymns.
Man,
right?
Yeah. Man, it's I see what you did there. I mean, wow. I should have pulled up a ranking. Like, what do you think the top 5 hymns are? Like, I don't. Where do you think this one we're talking about today? I would think a top 10. It would come in. I don't know
for sure. Especially if you're talking about religious songs.
Yeah. That's what. Yeah, exactly.
If you're talking about religious Christmas songs, definitely maybe the top. I would probably say most people would say this is top 1, 2, or 3. Maybe "Oh Holy Night."
Oh Holy Night. That's like a go.
"Silent Night."
Yeah.
"Joy to the World."
Yep.
"Hark the Herald." Those probably are.
Yeah. I'm just kidding.
Probably in the top 4. Maybe a "What Child Is This?" Maybe.
"Mary, Did You Know?"
"Mary, Did You Know?" I saw this video, and this woman was, I don't know if it was her husband or what, but she was like reading through all the questions.
Oh yeah.
And then he was answering them like, yes, she knew that. No, she wouldn't have known that. Maybe she knew that. Like he was just going down. I thought it was pretty funny.
That's good. "Mary, Did You Know?" just swept the world by storm.
Yeah.
It was like contemporary and okay for very conservative churches. It's like it checked all the boxes where it was like in this, do you know when this song came out?
15 years ago, maybe.
I'm curious. I want to say it's older than that, but
maybe it is.
Let's see, because I never know because my church
25 years ago.
I think that's a good guess. Okay. Year it came out. Let's see, because I know my church. I always envisioned my fundamental independent Baptist church always being like 50 years in the past.
Yeah.
So it seemed really new to us at the time. I was like 1991.
Oh my goodness!
Wow.
91.
With the lyrics were written in 1984. Song developed 1991 was when it was first recorded. And I don't know if maybe it took on popularity a little later. I don't know, like if it took a while to come through. But yeah, that's crazy.
I would not have put it at the early 90s at all.
Man, we're just dropping knowledge on you. Maybe dropping a little more knowledge when we talk about "Joy to the World," the Christmas song.
Yeah, the Christmas song.
So let's talk more about that. Let's take it to the next level.
Let's fire up that twangy music.
From the heart of the Low Country in South Carolina,
it's the Take 2 podcast, where we take theology to the next level.
"Joy to the World," like we were saying, classic hymn. I love that hymn. It just has like the tune to it, It's like "Joy to the World." Gotta love it.
It's easy because it just goes right down that major scale. So if you're familiar with music, it just starts at the top and just works down the major scale. So it's nice.
And you have to think it's author Isaac Watts. You get to see him by the Yuletide fire. Mm-hmm. He's just sipping hot cocoa. It's Christmas time, and he's writing this specifically for Christmas.
Yeah. Is this the same Isaac Watts that that did science stuff?
Well, this Isaac Watts, I don't know. He's called the father of English hymnody. I don't know if this is the same Isaac Watts or not.
Or maybe it's a different Watts.
This guy was born in 1674, lived to 1748. But we just it hasn't aired yet, did a podcast on worship. I did a deep dive on Isaac Watts because he really changed the game. He brought a lot of the church out of exclusive psalmody and into this hymn era, which was pushing boundaries at the time, writing these hymns.
James Watt was the scientist.
James. Maybe they were, family reunions, they caught up or something. I don't know. But what I want to land on is "Joy to the World" actually a Christmas hymn? Or something else?
Maybe.
Let's dive into the history. Isaac Watts.
It's probably a premillennial hymn.
It actually assumes a very specific eschatology. It's great. I love it. Written, around 300 years ago. Late 1600s, early 1700s. And this guy, Isaac Watts, pushing the boundaries. He wasn't super against just singing the Psalms, but he actually struggled that in the Psalms, he would like them to be more Christ-centered. Like maybe he would say implicitly, talked a lot about
in
Christ.
Every scripture type of thing.
Yes, and he was saying it's implicit, but it's not explicit. He would actually rewrite hymns, and where it was maybe a little vague, he would like change it for Christ. Like he would that's how he kind of started writing some of these hymns.
Oh, so he took existing hymns
and built off of them.
Okay.
Or Psalms.
Oh, Psalms.
Took Psalms
okay.
and built and tried to bring Christ into them. He thought some of the Psalms for music were a little too literal, tried to put some like imagery on it for singing. And so his goal was to take Psalms, and he would say, wanted to write it in the language of the New Testament by importing Christ more clearly. I think all of us would say, yeah, it's talking about Christ.
Sure.
But maybe it doesn't say Jesus Christ in every psalm, right? And so with that being said, he based this Joy to the World on Psalm 98. He actually had a collection of hymns called the Psalms of David, imitated in the language of the New Testament. What a name of a collection of hymns. So maybe we can look at Psalm 98, see what it says. Maybe we can be looking for those parallels. Maybe we can,
only if it's a chiasm.
If it's a chiasm, we're shutting this down. Yeah, go ahead and read. And I don't know if we need to do this, Michael. We might. I don't know if you want to also, if people don't know Joy to the World, like we can most people probably know it. You know? I don't know if it's worth saying the first verse or something. I don't know.
Joy to the world. The Lord has come. Let earth receive her King. Let every heart prepare him room. And heaven and nature sing.
I forget the next part.
And heaven and nature sing. And
How's
heaven
it
and
go
nature sing. Yeah.
Nice. Next one verse 2 starts out, Joy to the earth, the Savior reigns.
Savior reigns.
Our mortal songs employ, while fields and floods, rocks, hills, and plains repeat the sounding joy.
Yeah.
Repeat the sounding joy. Yeah, it's great. Third verse, no more let sins and sorrows grow, nor thorns infest the ground. He comes to make his blessings flow, far as the curse is found. A lot of people, I think, we skip. It's like a hymn thing. You skip verse 3.
We don't want verse 3.
So it's first, second, and last.
Verse 3 out of here.
We used to always be first, second, and last. And then bring us home with the final verse.
He rules the world with truth and grace. Let men their songs employ.
This one is
read it to me.
And makes the nations
and makes the nations prove. Yeah. The glories of his love,
righteousness, and wonders of his love,
There we go. Yeah.
So we're familiar with this. Let's see. How well? I'm curious how well it matches up with Psalm 98.
Yeah. So you want me to read Psalm 98?
Take it down.
It's in our notes. Do you want me to read it from your notes?
It depends. You want NASB or ESV? I don't know. I don't know which version I did the notes in.
All right. So I'll just read it from the notes. It says, "Oh, sing to the Lord a new song, for he has done wonderful things. His right hand and his holy arm have gained the victory for him. The Lord has made known his salvation, and he has revealed his righteousness in the sight of the nations. He has remembered his loving kindness and his faithfulness to the house of Israel. All the ends of the earth have seen the salvation of our God. Shout joyfully to the Lord, all the earth. Break forth and sing for joy and sing praises. Sing praises to the Lord with a lyre and the sound of melody, with trumpets and the sound of the horn. Shout joyfully before the King, the Lord. Let the sea roar and all it contains, the world and those who dwell in it. Let the rivers clap their hands. Let the mountains sing together for joy before the Lord, for he is coming to judge the earth. He will judge the world with righteousness and the peoples with equity."
And I was thinking, I bet it would have been better to read it in the good old King James. I bet it would have had more overlaps, more specifically, just based on the time. Yeah. But you can even, in reading it, you can see nature. You see all the themes kind of. You're like, oh, I can see what he was doing. He's trying to stay very close to the Psalms, but make it you're not singing the psalm. You're singing a song,
based on the psalm,
and it's very close. It's not he's departing, but you can see how that might be a little bit easier to sing than iambic pentameter going through, where it's but also very edgy in his day. But you see, the Lord coming to judge the earth, the righteousness, the equity, and then jumps off the page, all creation rejoices.
Where are the wise men here in the sort of the shepherds.
Yeah, where is this? Where's the Motel 6? He's missing a lot. He's missing a lot of the beats, for a Christmas song. Got the seas roaring, the fields singing, the hills rejoicing. If we wanted to, we could go and make the connection, but I think we can really see. But like you said, it's not a manger scene.
No. There's no manger scene. It's not even like Isaiah and the suffering servant. He bore our stripes. By his stripes we're healed, or all of us like sheep have gone astray. Every man has turned his own way, and our iniquity's been laid upon him. It's not even that type of imagery.
It is pretty crazy because it's so, to me, Joy to the World is like, boom, Christmas, no questions asked. But it doesn't hit, and there's not a lot of, I think Joy to the World, the Lord has come. You're like, okay, I can see that being Christmassy, but you keep on going through, and it's like more of a reign and judging and equity, and not as much.
So what I hear is this is not even really an Easter song either.
right. This
is a resurrection, second coming of the Lord song.
Yeah,
so we should pair this with Hymn of Heaven from Phil Wickham.
Yeah, there you go.
We should have a Sunday that is all about the premillennial reign of Christ. And we should sing this song.
Hey, how fitting, because it is focused on things like Christ's reign, Christ judging, and the renewal of creation. Like all of these things, like these beats are just like, that's why we're making a joyful noise to the Lord. Like you said, we're not in Bethlehem, no shepherds, no angels. The incarnation narrative isn't laid out. But at the same time, at Christmas, it's okay to celebrate the arrival of the King. Like, no. And so, just like everything else, I feel like a good answer in Christianity is to say already and not yet. That's like a good place to be.
It is. It's great.
It's very fitting where we get the hints in the first coming of the second coming, and this is kind of where we sit. Where Joy to the World isn't necessarily about Christ being born, but it's about Christ taking his throne, judging, reigning, and all creation becoming new. So is it okay? Are we just going to take it out of the rotation, or it's close enough we can keep it in there?
Yeah, I mean, you don't get Christ's second coming if you don't get his first coming.
That's very true. You can't just
the first sets up the second, and the first is what we're celebrating at Christmas. But I think I have mentioned from while we've sing it, this is not really a Christmas song. This is more of a Christ return song.
I like that.
Yeah.
You get like the big picture too, where Christmas, it's not just like, I think sometimes you're like, oh man, we're singing Away in the Manger and these things. It's like truth, but it's like sentimental, where this is more like cosmic in scope, where
kind of connects with the song that I ended with for House of the Holidays, which you can tell us all about since you're there.
I was right there in the back. I was with your kids at your other kids' recital.
Yeah.
Tell us what was the song you closed with?
It's called In the First Light. The lyrics are basically like, in the first light of the new day, no one knew he had arrived.
Oh, yeah.
And then it goes on to say, heaven knew what happened. Mary wondered about it. He would tell them of his kingdom, but their hearts wouldn't believe. They would hate him, and they'd nail him to a tree.
Wow.
And then there's this big crescendo of kind of like the death scene. But then it's like, but the sadness is broken because the song of the new day is going to arrive, and the firstborn of creation will ascend and take his throne. And then it keeps on going, and then at the very end of the song, it makes this comparison between, how great it would be to hear the angels sing at his birth. But how much greater when he comes again to rule the earth.
This is, I love this.
Yeah.
I do not like, if you new to this podcast, not a big Lord of the Rings fan, not a big like fiction person. And really, I feel like the Bible's good enough for me, Michael. No, I'm just kidding. But I feel like for someone who doesn't like these things, I love these pictures you see in the Bible that it's like, you see like this foreshadowing. Yeah. It's like all this stuff is like so cool.
You're almost there. Because great fiction, it trades off of the real themes of history. And you're like, I just need the real themes of history.
I know. Yeah. It's like, and I'm not like I'm not anti-fiction. I just have a hard time with like elves. This is the thing, like the pointy ears. Like I'm not good at like the alternate. Don't say it like that. I hate other races.
Well,
No.
other races in the real
In
meaning
the real
of the word
sense,
races, because
Yeah.
how we use race is not really a.
It's like goblins, or I don't know what it is. It's something about that where I have a hard time.
You can't suspend disbelief.
Yeah, it's too weird for me. Where it's like, I need like. It's hard for me to like get invested.
Have we talked about the book that Frank Turek and Sean McDowell co-wrote? And it basically compared these great fantasy novels of Narnia, Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, maybe a couple of other ones, maybe even some of the DC comics and stuff. And they just showed the typography is like, the best stories ever told. Yeah. They have to trade on these themes from reality. The sacrifice for other people type of thing, the glorious return, all those tropes.
And those are always good. When I watch a superhero movie when I was younger, it's like you love all those things. So maybe I'm coming around to it, but I'm like, man, why do I need the trope when
in the millennial reign? You'll start reading some fantasy.
Get in the movie theater. It's like, where I have even a harder problem is like, I'm such a spoiled brat, but it's like, been to the Louvre, it's fine. Like, it's great. It's fine. It was fine. I was like, it was good. Yeah. But it's like the Mona Lisa, I'm just like, a lot of people gather around this tiny picture. I don't get it.
I can see that from my computer screen.
Yeah. It's I have no appreciation. Like, I'm not an artist. I wish I was. Yeah. You think I would respect it more?
Look at the camera and tell Chloe.
See, Chloe should teach me, because you think I would respect it more because I'm so poor at it. Like, I do respect it. Like, oh, that's amazing. People do that. But I'm like, I don't know. I don't get it. And this is a different story. This is what I've heard. I don't know if this is true, though. The Mona Lisa is only really popular because it was stolen at one time from the Louvre. It helped like give it some notoriety, and then it got even more popular. I don't know. Conspiracy. But Joy to the World. Yeah. Bringing it back. Connecting. I like this. I like these connections. Like, talk about a baby in a manger, but talk about a king. Like, we should be thinking about these things, not mutually exclusive, So Joy to the World, I think a good song as we're focusing on incarnation, but, with our eye, we know what has happened and what will happen.
Yeah. That's good. Yeah. And I think it helps you, just connect those things. Because when you sing it at Christmas and you come across those words, I remember coming across those words as a youngster going, oh, what's going on here? But maybe it can help you think just beyond Christmas itself, if you're paying attention to what you're saying.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. That's very, very good point. And, Joy to the World's great at, it does the repeat thing where you at least catch the fine, you gotta be thinking about the words a little bit.
Especially if you're singing parts, because if you're singing the bass or tenor part, I think it even repeats more.
There you go.
Repeat the sentence.
This is great. So some reflection questions. Do you think of Jesus more as a baby than a king? At Christmas in particular, I think maybe some people that's like the default. I think a lot of places, churches, they do a good job of providing some commentary, framing it, in the larger context.
I think of Jesus more as this is going to sound bad. Can I use this word, stodgy rabbi, like a really tough rabbi that would be like, why don't you know this? Why is your face so small? He's tough sometimes on his apostles.
Yeah, it's true. People don't. I love tough in general when we're cleansing the temple. Not only is he like pulling out the whip, but he's like fashioning the whip. Like he's got to make the whip. It's like he's got to be premeditated. Like this is such a big deal that I'm gonna make a whip right in front of everyone and do this. That's like crazy.
It is crazy. So Greg Koukl recently has talked about praying. He's like, I find my heart drawn more to the Father because I pray to him than I do actually to Jesus, because I don't normally pray to Jesus as much. And so I feel like I have an intimacy with the Father that I don't necessarily have with the person Jesus. And we know that ontologically, the Trinity is one being and stuff like that. But it's just odd how you have these mental pictures. I think that's
very true. Yeah. Where it's just like, functionally you just gravitate, because you do that does have to frame how you think of every single prayer is like Heavenly Father, like that's just like all associated with that.
Right
Great. So next time you sing Joy to the World, keep this in mind that the King has come, but he is also coming again. Also, it's one of these hymns that a lot of hymns don't lean into the whole judgment theme, This does it in a good way. You know what I mean? Like, it talks about him judging. It's strong.
Right.
Doesn't go
Make
overboard.
the nations prove the glories of his righteousness, right? That was
that's right. Where you just don't... Some of that, I think, can be lost a little bit in culture, and it's a little bit... I think that is a pro of pulling stuff from the Psalms a little bit. You get well-rounded. I would love for Chris Tomlin. That'd be great. Just have the side B imprecatory Psalms, whatever, and just all of them that way.
Yeah.
But it is good balance. And reading this, I was like, man, I know a little bit about Isaac Watts, but I was like, I want to read more about this. And I didn't realize he was such an innovator. I knew he wrote a lot of Psalms, but I didn't know he was changing the game. Doing some research. This will be in the future, but Martin Luther versus Calvin, if you can imagine, very different views on singing. Where, if you can guess, which side did Martin Luther take? He wrote.
Yeah, I would think he'd be let's sing. Yeah.
Yep, that's right. Mighty Fortress is our God versus, Calvin's get it out of here.
Yeah.
But this is good. I'm excited to talk more about this. But anything else you want to talk about specifically on Joy to the World?
No, I think this has been good. And it's good to just, remind ourselves, because honestly, you can sing really any song anytime.
That's right.
If it's about Christ. And so, but be thinking about the fullness of Christ's and his mission during this time, not just him being the baby.
Totally. Joy to the World. Think about it. That's all I have. That's all Michael has. That's our take. Thanks for listening to Take Two. Find us wherever you find podcasts and on YouTube for those who want to watch our videocast.